Welcome everybody and welcome to a new version of US Flatlands. We have started out on New Farmer with the starting farm. This version of US Flatlands does have a starting farm, unlike the previous version I was playing. So we've got a lot of equipment, we've got a lot of buildings, and we have a single field starting out. We've got field 4 here, which has a little extra space here on the side. And then we got, like I said, we got a lot of space here. Now, for starting off, we are going to start with getting rid of all the equipment that we start with. And we're going to get rid of all the buildings. We're going to start everything over. The main reason why I did the starter farm is just so I can see where it was. What we have, obviously, we got a house right here. It's pretty basic as far as what you got available. I mean, you got the sleep trigger and the clothing trigger. So we're going to go ahead and hop back into first person. So we've got, like I said, we've got the house. While this is the same building that I use repair shop wise, it is most likely not the same one as far as mod wise, because the mod that I use was not required for the game. So let's start off with going over the equipment and getting rid of it. And I mean, we're going to have a lot. By the time we sell everything off, our bank account's going to be pretty thick. So, and the main reason why I'm selling everything off is I plan on doing things differently than typical. As it has, if it hasn't already been obvious in some of my previous videos, I tend to try to do as much as I can with a semi. Alright, so that is all the equipment. Next up is we're going to start selling off buildings. So, alright, yes, yes. Alright, so that is all the buildings are gone. This is not our property. This is. Yeah, no, it's not our property. That's a small sawmill, as you saw. But this is our starting field. This was actually part of our big field on the previous version that we played. It was our part of the massive, absolute massive field that we had. But this is actually the starting location that we originally started in, or on, in the first playthrough. So, but now that we've got the vehicles, the equipment, the buildings, all that cleared, let's actually step over here, get off the actual off the building area, and let's start building out. First and foremost, scroll in a little bit. We are going to put down a house. I'm actually thinking we're going to do things close to as close to this edge as we can. That way we're not having anything extra jutting out besides the sawmill here. So we need a farmhouse. That's typically the one I use starting out, but we're going to go with something a little bit nicer, a little bit bigger. We use this one in our last map, which, I mean, it's a nice house. It's a big house, but we're going to do something different. Kind of liking the look of that. All right. I mean, that's kind of fudging things a little bit, but hey, we'll work with it. Next is tools. So this is the shed that, or the workshop that was already installed or was on the property. Like I said, it's the same look of the building that we use, but it's not the same one. This is the one I actually like using, and the reason for it is because it auto maintains our equipment for us. Now, let's see, about right there. And next we need a shed. We're going to have to, I'm thinking we just start off with a smaller shed like that. Actually, we'll probably have to go with something a little bit taller. Yeah, why not? All right. Now, painting. Let's see. Cracked asphalt. Let's see, what's this texture? No, no. That's pretty close. Definitely not. I think we might have ourselves a winner. If it's not it, it's close enough for me. All right. Yeah, I could see a difference in color, but it's all right. All right. So we got our basics. We got the house. We got the shed or the tool shed. Ooh, one thing we need to add a fuel tank because we sure don't want to be having to drive equipment or well, drive trucks back and forth to get fuel. So let's run. We're running over, and we'll get a little closer before I pop back in there. I do plan on putting the fuel tank right next to the maintenance shed. It just seems to work best for me for having it right next to it. Now I am going to orient it a little bit different than I have been, or I had this last playthrough or last map. Now part of the reason why I am doing this style of map or this style of game or episode, well, like maybe I'll have to go with the smaller one. Yeah, never mind. We'll just do it the. We'll just do that. Main reason why I'm doing the start of this new series instead of filming another episode on that other map is the amount of time it takes me to do the work that I've got um, on that map. So, with having ginormous fields, uh, it takes some time, especially with doing all the clearing of the trees on that, and building out that new field. Um, I'm just going to be spending a lot of time between episodes, just getting that cleared out before we can do another episode. So But that's besides the point. So now we've got our fuel tank. We went ahead and filled it up. Like I said, we've got our garage. We got shed here. Um, it is more than tall enough that we're going to be able to pull through. We've got plenty of room to get a couple trucks in here, some equipment. So our next step is we're going to start equipment buying. I have ran this truck, but I don't really like this truck. Well, actually, that's not even the same truck. That's got a different. Oh, here, this one. I've ran this truck. I actually did run this on US Flatlands. What I don't like about this truck is, for one, you have just the hydraulics on the rear. You don't have any on the front. Uh, I, it just doesn't jive with me. Next thing is you can't change the cab color. I don't like that color. It's just an ugly color for me. I have been using. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's not there. It's down here. I've been using this Mercedes. While it's not really technically a semi, it does have the semi fifth wheel on it. Plus, then it also has the hitch on the front and the rear, the hydraulics. So we'll leave this as base, so we still have the fifth wheel. We're going to put the big engine in it. That's not realistic for the size of this truck, but most of what I do is not realistic. So, all right. Now I do like the matte finished. Actually, let's see if we got like a olive. Yeah, we'll do olive. It's a real dark gray plus being or green plus with it being matte finish. Now I wish we had wider tires available. The Yeah, you can either do the Continentals, which drop it down, or you can do those. We got no other options, wheel wise or tire size wise. So that's going to be that. All right, next. Um, so we're going to need a minimum. We're going to need a plow. I think what we're going to do, something I haven't done, but I think we're going to do poplar. So let's get ourselves a plow. Now, this plow right here, 6 meters or 15 meters. Realistically, 15 meters is way more than what our truck should be able to use. But yeah, we'll drop down to the 6 meter. It's still a little bit excessive for the size of the truck, but we'll do that. And we are going to get ourselves a weight. It's a combination of things for the weight. The truck is light. It does not weigh very much. Uh, Plus, it's got a really short wheelbase, so having a weight is going to be very beneficial. Now, with the size of the plow that we're pulling, we could almost get away with doing one of these real heavy weights. This 2,500 pound or 2.5 ton weight. Um, But I think we're going to stick with about a 1,500 pound weight. I'm just looking to see if any of them look better than the other. Uh, we'll just do this Atco 1,500. That's fine. All right. Buy. All right. So we got our weight. We got our plow. We're going to need ourselves a stone picker. So yield improvement. No. Soil cultivation. Got several different options available to me. Will be due to time constraints and whatnot. I prefer going with I'm going to go with this guy because of it's just going to make things faster for us. Our truck's got plenty enough power for it. It is big for it, but we've got plenty enough power. So we got that. We're going to need something for planting the poplar. And so we're going to need a tree planter. And the reason why I'm doing this one over that one is just going to make things faster for planting the poplar. It's actually going to plant the full width, not just like the one row in the middle. So now the thing with poplar, once you plant it, it regrows just like grass does. So we'll probably end up having a hired hand do the planting for us. Just makes things easier on us. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get the equipment over here. I could have sworn. No. Well, I've been running into this issue here lately where I can't actually buy vehicles. So, at that point, I guess I'm just going to call this episode here. I want to see if I can't figure it out, if it's just because I sold so much equipment. Um, that's what's happened for me in the past where I've just cleared, or I've saved, exited, loaded back in, and was able to purchase equipment. But, tell you what, I'm going to pause real quick. I'm going to save and exit and come back in, see if that fixes it. Be right back. Alright, so after saving and exiting out and coming back in, it was able to buy the truck, so let's go ahead and pick everything else back up again, or everything up again. All right, so there's that. So I did cut or disable a few of my mods that I had, stuff that for equipment that we're not going to use. So I've got those disabled. Hopefully that helps clear things up. But um, all right, now time to pick our bread and butter. We're going to pick up a truck and flatbed for hauling everything. Let's take a look at this first. So we were running in a Kenworth, looking at doing a Pete this time. Now let's see. Definitely going to have to go with that black and chrome. All right, now let's see. All right. So now we just need ourselves a low boy. A few different options we can do low boy wise. There's the this is the true like really super low. Not as useful for us. A couple different reasons, but it just is not as useful. So we'll probably just going with a drop deck. This one here, I wish it did not have that lockbox right there. Don't care for the lockbox. But this one, yeah, it's just got the two single ramps. I wish this was a solid ramp across, which this one has. So looks like we're just going to go ahead and go with this one. So you got two different options with your ramps. You got the split, and there's your double. So, or the full. All right. Now we really should be able to move that fifth wheel back. That's a little too far forward. I want to have to look, find out if it actually can be. But for the time being, we're going to actually go to the ramp. Let's see. I am actually surprised that I was able to pick that up. Might as well go ahead and load it while we're working it. And I was hoping this one would do that. This is not the same model of plow that I had on, or I've been using. This is actually a newer plow for me. Did not know it could do that, but hey, works for me. Now the last piece of equipment that we've picked up. Now one thing we are also going to get ourselves is a fertilizer spreader, something along those lines. I'm just going to put the stone picker on there and we'll drive both trucks back. And I just remembered something about this combination. You notice the front wheels of the stone picker are not turning. It's because the pickup point on this truck is too high for it. worth the field that way. All right. Yeah, I was messing with that. Figured I'd just save you guys the watch me going back and forth while I try to get her on there perfect. So let's grab ourselves a spreader, fertilizer spreader. In base game, the widest spreader you can get for lime is this guy. And with the options, it's only 18 meters wide. That's just not enough. So I've got a modded version that does lime, it does the fertilizer, and it does full 42 meters. Some of the equipment that I had available to me back on FS22 is not available yet. I had a semi trailer that was a spreader, or had a spreader attachment to it, and it would do the 42 meters, but it was utterly massive in being that it was a semi trailer. So, but we'll get that guy and consumables, solid fertilizer. We're just going to buy one of each for the time being, and we will probably actually come back and pick those up. We'll pick them up with the semi. So. Or I'm going to have to save and exit. So, I think I'm going to call this episode here. Go ahead and move this equipment over to the farm. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I really hope to catch you guys next time. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.